Hey everyone, I'm Amber. Welcome back to my channel. Today, let's talk about Beijing's iconic foods. First, Peking duck. Tracing its roots, its techniques can be found as far back as the roast duck recorded in the Shizun Lu from the northern and southern dynasties. By the early Ming dynasty, imperial chefs in Nanjing pioneered roasting duck over fruit with charcoal. Founding Emperor Zhu Yuanzhang personally named it koya, making it an imperial dish. When Emperor Chengzu Judi moved the capital to Beijing, this precious culinary art traveled north. In the folk realm, Beijing's first dedicated roast duck shop, Bian Yufang, opened in 1416, specializing in the unique, closed, oven roasting method. Fast forward to 1864. A merchant named Yang Quanren acquired a dried goods shop called Diru Quan, renaming it Quanjude. Knowing the allure of roast duck, he spared no expense to hire a former imperial chef, Master Sun, successfully introducing the palace's secret hanging oven roasting technique. This style, using open flames fueled by fruit wood to achieve crispy skin and tender meat, quickly took Beijing by storm. It formed a twin pillars rivalry with Bian Yufang's closed, oven style, jointly laying the foundation for Peking duck. Guanyu's technique uses an open-mouthed oven fueled by jujube, pear, or other fruit woods, roasting over open flames for about 70 minutes. Preparing one duck involves 1 meticulous steps: inflating air, scalding the skin, coating with sugar solution, filling the cavity with broth, etc. Inflating air under the skin is key. It creates an insulating layer that prevents the intense heat from directly cooking the meat too fast. This ensures the skin crisps up like silk cloth, while the meat inside stays juicy and tender. Simultaneously, aromatic compounds like guaiacol and eugenol, released from the burning fruit would penetrate the skin, giving the duck its unique, enticing, smoky fragrance. During the 1954 Geneva Conference, Premier Zhou hosted Charlie Chaplin with Quanju duck, which Chaplin greatly praised, creating a diplomatic anecdote. In 1972, during President Nixon's historic visit to China, Peking duck was served at his state banquet. To protect this cultural heritage, both Quanju's hanging oven technique and Bian Yifang's closed oven technique were inscribed on the National Intangible Cultural Heritage List in 2008. 3 classic ways to eat it are widely popular. First, dip the piping hot, crispy skin in white sugar. The hot duck fat meeting, the sugar triggers an intense Maillard reaction, creating a series of toasty, fragrant compounds for a melt in your mouth experience. Second, wrap duck slices in lotus leaf pancakes. Take a pancake as thin as a cicada's wing, add a few slices of skin, on duck, some fresh scallion slivers, and sweet bean sauce, then roll it up. The starch in the pancake wraps the duck fat, reducing greasiness, while the sulfides in the scallions neutralize any potential gaminess, enhancing the overall savory aroma. Third, pair duck with mashed garlic and sweet bean sauce. Freshly mashed garlic releases allicin, stimulating taste buds and significantly enhancing the perception of the duck's umami. Second, fermented mung bean juice with crispy rings. Compared to Peking duck, this is less famous. Many joke that Beijingers enjoy sitting in shops watching out of towners, try doja. The expressions are priceless. This gray, green, sour broth is loved daily by some, while others hold their noses and flee. Its birth was accidental, originating as a byproduct in Qing dynasty vermicelli workshops. Fermenting mung bean residue produces this uniquely sour, fragrant juice. Under specific lactic acid bacteria, the mung bean starch breaks down into organic acids like lactic and acetic acid, plus various amino acids and volatile flavor compounds, creating douchia's complex sourness and distinct aroma. This fermentation is similar to yogurt or pickles, but different bacteria and substrates yield a unique flavor. Impoverished folks discovered its appeal, coining the phrase even immortals wouldn't trade dojour and geoquine. Later, imperial kitchens tried it and got hooked. Drinking dojour became the first thing the court did every morning to wake up. A 1753 report from the Imperial Household Department first mentioned the newly emerged dosha, and it was soon included in the imperial menu. Drinking dosha demands 3 perfections: sour as plum juice, scalding hot so you have to slurp it, and served with spicy pickled vegetable slivers to excite the tongue. High temperature better releases volatile flavor molecules, intensifying the aroma, while the salty, savory, and spicy pickles balance the strong sourness, creating richer layers of taste. Writer Liang Shikyu described it as the blood of Beiping flowing in the bones, while Mr. Wang Zhenqi declared, "If you haven't drunk doshir, you haven't been to Beijing." Zhouguang resembles small, hollow, golden bracelets, golden brown, shattering at a touch, melting in the mouth without greasiness. Its technique may date back to the Song dynasty. Su Dongpo's poem likely depicted it. Emerald oil fries to tender golden depth, pressed flat like a Buddhist armlet of gold. Li Shizhen's Ming Dynasty Compendium of Materia Medica detailed the ancient method. Twist into ring, bracelet shapes, fry in oil. Creating perfect jiuquan starts with selecting premium wheat flour from Zhangjiukou. Blend it with a solution of salt, alkali, and alum. Experienced masters judge the precise ratio by observing the foam. The kneaded dough requires 4 rounds of pressing and 3 coatings of oil, resting at least 2 hours to achieve perfect elasticity. Knife work and shaping are next. Cut the rested dough into strips about 1 inch long, stack 2 together, and make a narrow slit down the middle without cutting through. When oil reaches medium heat, gently place the strips in. Instantly use chopstick tips to pry open the slit, forming a ring, and constantly swirl it in the oil to set the shape, all done in a flash. When they turn an even date, red color, they are done. Back in the day, a master nicknamed Jiuquan Junwang in southern Beijing made rings so crisp they stayed brittle for 7 days, shattering like gold dust upon falling, a pinnacle of crispness lost with his passing. The magic of pairing dosha with jiuquan lies in their perfect harmony of 5 tastes and texture clash. Taste-wise, dosha's sour fragrance sets the base. Jiuquan's oily aroma and crispness elevate the overall scent. The fine spicy pickles add essential heat and savory saltiness. Together, they cleverly fulfill sour, spicy, salty, and subtly sweet notes. Texture-wise, jiuquan's porous structure absorbs the dosha, buffering its sour intensity, while its own oiliness counters any potential astringency from the juice, creating a wonderful balance of crispness with moistness, sourness followed by sweetness. Old establishments like Yinsen dosha have their secrets. Like using an old brine rich in active bacteria for fermentation and gently heating it using a double boiler method, resulting in a mild sourness akin to yogurt, greatly lowering the barrier for newcomers. Third, Luzhu Wuxiao. Legend says Emperor Qianlong fell in love with a dish called suzaru while touring Jiangnan. Back in Beijing, imperial chefs stewed pork belly daily. Commoners craved it but couldn't afford so much meat. What to do? Someone had a brainwave. Use pig offal. So, pig intestines, lung, fried tofu, and dense, unleavened flatbread were stewed together. Thus, Luji was born. The science lies in long stewing and the master stock. Offal is rich in collagen and elastin, which hydrolyze into gelatin under gentle, prolonged heat, thickening the broth and creating a soft, sticky texture. Spices in the stock, star anise, cinnamon, Sichuan pepper, contain volatile oils and phenols that effectively mask any potential awful odors while imparting rich, complex aromas. Fried tofu, thanks to its porous structure, fully absorbs the essence of the stock. Eating luju demands it be served piping hot. High temperature maximizes the rich mouthfeel from melted fat and collagen. True old Beijingers firmly reject cilantro intrusion, likely to avoid its strong aroma, disrupting luju's complex flavor balance. At century-old shops like Shaojiang their stock pot is said to have simmered continuously for 100 years. The secret lies in washing intestines daily and using aged master stock as the base. This aged stock is a treasure trove of microbes and flavor, containing amino acids, peptides, and microbial metabolites produced through long cooking and fermentation, key to luju's unique, matured aroma. Fourth, Beodor. It was once the late-night canteen for Peking opera stars. Mei Lanfang protected his voice partly by chewing Beodor. The Hui Muslims in Yuezhi divide lamb tripe extremely finely into 13 parts. For instance, Duran is crisp, tender like spring bamboo shoots, while Bai is springy like gummy candy. This texture difference stems from the distinct structures of different stomach chambers. Duran comes mainly from the muscular wall of the rumen, with tighter muscle fibers and low fat, making it the crispiest and most tender. Bai refers to the omasum, named for its leaf, like folds rich in collagenous connective tissue, which, after perfect blanching, offers a uniquely resilient chew. Feng Guangzhu, the third-generation heir of Bao Dufeng, revealed his exacting standards. Lamb tripe must come from Jiang, known for finer meat and milder gaminess. From a 260-pound lamb, only about 3 ounces of duron might be usable. Cooking requires blanching in boiling water for precisely 4 seconds, a true test of heat control. Too short, it's raw. Too long, it turns tough. High temperature, Rapid blanching instantly denatures the surface proteins of durum or bai, locking in moisture for optimal crisp tenderness. The dipping sauce blends sesame paste, fermented tofu, and leek flour paste. Sesame paste provides rich, nutty oiliness. Fermented tofu brings salty savoriness and fermented complexity. Leek flour paste adds pungency and a hint of sweetness. Together, they perfectly enhance the tribe's natural sweet savoriness. Back when theaters closed, ladies in cheongsams and rickshaw pullers crowded the same Beiyou stalls. Those stalls were old Beijing's most down-to-earth and lively social hubs. I am Amber. Catch you next time.